Kalmadi has been ousted from the Asian athletics polls. He was beaten 20-18 in the elections which have just concluded in Pune. This after a lot of controversy over Suresh Kalmadi even asking for a re-election. Viren, our correspondent, joins us for more on this. Viren, clearly a huge loss for Kalmadi over here, who was trying to be re-elected, even as a lot of big wigs from the sports fraternity have been saying that he should first clear his name from the scams and then ask for a re-election.
Well, absolutely. This is a big blow to Mr. Suresh Kalmadi, who has lost his AAA post, and this was his last surviving sports administration post, and he's lost that as well. So it certainly comes as a huge blow for Suresh Kalmadi. He was hoping that in his home city he would romp to victory, but that certainly hasn't happened. It hasn't followed the script that he would have liked. We saw hectic parleying along with all the delegates yesterday. We had extensive meetings were held by both the candidates for president, Mr. Al-Hamad, finally coming out as the victor in all of this with a margin of 20-18. So it really shows you it was a very tight election, as we had predicted exactly in the morning, that everything was pretty close with the Middle Eastern bloc firmly backing Mr. Al-Hamad, while the Asian continent and towards India, the Indian subcontinent, many officials were backing Mr. Kalmadi, but certainly they found that 1-4 to try and pull to Mr. Al-Hamad, which has finally cost Mr. Kalmadi his position as the president of the Asian Athletics Association.
Right. Also, Viren, it was a very close call. 20-18 is with which he lost this entire election, which just goes to show that while you're saying there were hectic parleys, some people just stood the ground and said that he will not be re-elected. But a very close call at that one.
Well, absolutely. It was very close, and we saw the Iraqi delegation who literally ran into the elections because they were held up at the airport for about 3 hours. But that vote seems to have finally decided the fate of this presidential election of the Asian Athletics Association. That last-minute quick run into the voting room to finally cast their vote and grant Mr. Al-Hamad victory. He is of the Qatar Athletics Federation. He's the president of that association, a former general of the army in Qatar. So certainly he is a very high-profile candidate, and who's finally managed to oust Suresh Kalmadi from the position of president after 9 long years in charge of the body.